Y'all know what he mean by that? He don't care how much money you have. If you have 10 million cash, you still broke. What he means by that is, ball players, anybody, lottery winners who come into a whole bunch of money, they can have 100 million, a billion in the bank. They are broke. You know why? As long as they keep it as cash money and they don't park it somewhere, is what he's saying. They don't park it in a business. They don't park it in real estate. They just leave it as cash money somewhere. That money will be gone in less than a decade, really less than a year, 2 years. Be honest with you. That money will be gone. All right. So what this guy is gonna be talking to us about is what I want to bring us to, which is the next level, where it's actually setting up a real corporation, right? And he's showing us how to set up the corporation, but you can't just set something up and not have assets. You have to have assets to back it up, whether it's a business or some type of real estate. You have to have some type of asset to back it up, right? I'm gonna let the video play, then I'll just narrate. You might have to take notes on this, bitch. Well, the first thing is let me tell you first, there's three levels to this. So everything everybody talking about on the internet, yeah, that's just baby stuff, right? So they going to get $100,000, $200,000. They go and do their credit. They gotta have their credit done. Then they gotta have their corporation, but not an LLC. LLC is for limited. Banks don't like limited. I'm a bank. I used to teach them. Let's get it. Okay. So there's three levels. The first level is they're gonna get $1,000, $2,000, credit cards. Then they're gonna stop and then they hit the credit report. Once they hit the credit report, then they're gonna go in and file a tax. No, then they're gonna leverage their money. You got nobody talks about leveraging their money. Yeah. So that means you don't take $200,000. That's just a watch. Right. You're not gonna take $200,000. Go try to build a business. Right. So you gotta go get yourself a bond. Bond it. That makes your money explode. So the bank will lend you more money. No, you got a bank, a bond. Yeah, that's how they pay basketball players and football players. So then they're gonna come in after they left. All right. So what it is, what he's kind of talking about there is y'all ever had a business, and the business that y'all have, people always ask y'all, are you licensed? Are you licensed? Are you bonded? People ask you stuff like that. And you like, dang, man, if I was only a licensed contractor, if I was only a licensed nail technician, if I was only a licensed and insured caterer, if I was only a licensed and insured lawn service company, I'd have so much more business. Okay. What happened is banks like when you licensed, insured, registered, bonded, because they know you're going to get businesses. They know you're going to get to cut the grass for Walmart, Amazon, whatever major corporation. You're going to get like 20 yards to cut in some $1 million houses. Why? People with expensive properties, businesses, they like to deal with people that are licensed and bonded, because if you cutting somebody grass and your lawnmower blade break or shoot a rock through their $10,000 window, $500,000 window for one window, I wouldn't say 500,000. Well, maybe some houses, but maybe a $10,000 window, one window, they want to know you licensed, insured, and bonded, right? So because the banks know that people with money only going to deal with businesses that are licensed, insured, and bonded, the bank would rather lend money to these people that took the time to get licensed, insured, and bonded than to somebody else who might have the greatest skill. They might be on the internet showing off everything they do, but if they're not licensed, insured, and bonded, the banks don't want to deal with them, because they already know, the banks already know they're not going to get the big clientele. They're going to only keep doing like little houses and putting it on YouTube or whatever. Look at my beautiful work. And that's as far as their business is going to go. But when you license, insured, and bonded, The banks know you could build $1 million. The banks know you could build $1 million lawn service, a million, two, three, 10, $100 million nail salon, beauty salon, any type of business you have, because they know the type of clientele you're going to receive. Okay. So he's going to go into talking about getting your articles in corporation, all this type of stuff. And he's going to talk about how once you do have a business, say you do have a lawn service business, you do have a catering business, any type of business you have, did y'all know you could actually sell shares in your business as a small business? You could still sell shares in your business. I remember when I first started my S Corp, I was like 21 years old, and I had started an S Corp, and my lawyer gave me these papers and it said stock shares. And I'm like, what? What's this? Said, man, you could sell your company shares in your company. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah, $500, $1,000, people believe in you, you selling cars and you want to pay them dividends or a certain amount, you could do that. And I'm like, what? Yeah, just find a CPA, y'all set it up. I couldn't believe it, right? I was excited. And I actually sold one share to a brother, and my sister wanted to buy a share too, but I sold one share to a church brother, $500. And, everybody made money. And even when I was in the 90s, when I had bought stocks and stuff like that, I remember before the internet blew up and all this type of stuff, they would send you your certificate. Like if you bought $100 in shares of Walmart, they will send you a certificate that you own 100 shares. You know what I'm saying? It's just now in these times, everything done on apps and stuff like that. Nobody does paperwork anymore or anything like that. But he's going to anyhow talk about how this paperwork, okay, paperwork, all right? I keep telling you guys, paperwork will make you, not that you're the greatest chef in the world, not that you're the greatest nail tech, the greatest lawn service person, the greatest this, the greatest that. If you know how to do paperwork, that is what's going to make you rich. The difference between McDonald's and your grandma or your mom making a better burger is McDonald's, Ray Kroc knew about paperwork. Literally, that's the only difference. If your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa knew about paperwork, knew about structuring a business, they would have a business way better than McDonald's. Okay? So everything that you ever dreamed of financially can be achieved if you just know how to do paperwork. If you just know how to do paperwork. All right. So parents didn't teach us shit about owning assets, stocks, nothing. I'm telling you. Can't believe our parents. I'm telling you. Anyhow, I'm going to play.
She looks bigger. Now the bank will lend you more. They got money rolling through your business. Now you go and do a loan because you file your taxes. Now you do taxes. Now you do $500 million. After you file your taxes, then you're going to come in and you're going to take this thing here for $125 and you're going to get those stock certificates. Now you're going to go in and start raising money because your company looks good. Obama says you can raise funds and you don't need no broker dealer. So now once you raise your money, raise funds, get the average fund is going to start raising 10 million, 50 million. One of my students is going for his next.
Can y'all hear that? What's playing in YouTube world? Can y'all play that in YouTube world? Anyhow, what he's saying is that once you get your corporation and you get your stocks, once you get your C corporation started in specifically, and you get your stock papers, the way you're going to raise money for your company to even start your company is you're going to issue stocks to people that believe in you. Hey, Uncle Charlie, man, I got my company started. Here go a stock certificate for $1,000. This is what the Jewish people do, what a lot of people do in their community, right? you know, when they 16, they go around to their family members, and their family members each get them like $1,000, right? And they could buy stocks in whatever company, future company, that 16-year-old is gonna have, right? They automatically in the Jewish community set up their corporations and everything at the time of birth. So the time that person turns 16, they got a 16-year-old corporation. Okay, they do all of that. But anyhow, if you start just the paperwork, if you just, and he's going to tell you costs like $125 for this, altogether you might spend about $500, right? Go to LegalZoom, all that websites, it ain't even going to cost you that much, right? Once you have this paperwork and these certificates, these stock certificates, you can raise money. Okay, you can raise money. Now, this is what I recommend, and this is what he's going to tell you also. It's not to just raise money to be raising money and then go do embezzlement, you know, with money that people gave you and go buy cars and clothes and foolishness. This is to actually raise money to start an actual business. Okay, he's saying you don't start a business to raise money. You raise money to start a business. Okay, that's what he's saying. So basically, once you've raised this money, now guess what? You have a problem. Now you have a real problem. Starting a business was easy. Probably raising the money was dollars worth right there. $2,000 worth, $5,000 worth. Okay. Now you got $1,000. Now you got $5,000, $50,000, whatever it is. You know what your problem is now? You actually need a business now. You need a real business that's going to make real money, because you got to return this money to all these people with interest. All right. So he goes into it and he talks about, you know, you could start a debt collection company where they buy debt for pennies on a dollar. You know, you could buy like $3 million worth of debt for like $3,000, $300, right? And stuff like that. You could start all kind of businesses, right? This is what I realized that I had already had an upper level on, or a start on, is I already know how to create assets. I already know how to find assets, I should say, right? So if somebody give me $1 billion right now, I could literally go buy like $2-3 billion worth of assets. Literally, because I know how to buy it. I know how to buy land. I know how to buy property the right way. Okay. When I was in my late 30s, I bought my first piece of land. That piece of land, I basically bought it for $9,000. I put $350 down. 3 to 6 months later, a guy offered me $16,000. After closing and everything, I had $4,500, right? A light bulb went off. I was an investor, okay? Basically, all I had to do was keep doing that. I realized this is all I had to do. You get it? All I had to do was find a piece of land for $9,000, sell it for $16,000. And that was my whole idea. And I didn't need the $9,000. I just needed $350. So after I sold that first piece of land, all I wanted to do was find more land that I could buy, cut the grass, because that's all I did, cut the grass. And the guy saw the potential, and then put a sign up and sell it. That's all I wanted to do, right? Long story short, I ended up actually buying a house. I bought Bitcoin for 700. Then it went up to 17,000. It went up to 20,000. And as it was coming down, I sold it at 17,000. And I bought a house. I bought another truck and stuff like that. That was like 2017. Okay. I was dealing with the house thing, trying to fix it, and it was just like too much. So after about 2-3 years of dealing with that, I say, you know what? I started with buying land. I need to go back to buying land and flipping land, because remodeling houses, fixing houses, rehabbing them, selling them, it was a nightmare, right? I'm like, I made $4,500 just buying some land, sitting on it for a few months. It was too easy. Cut the grass. That's all I did was cut the grass. With this house thing, I gotta remodel the kitchen, remodel the bathroom. I gotta do all of this stuff to probably make the same amount of money, right? When you look at how much you invest versus how much your return is. So by 2020, I returned to buying land. That's why all I focus on is land. I don't teach nobody how to rehab, how to buy no house, fix it up, all that type of stuff. You could do that if you want. I don't teach that over here. All right. I teach y'all how to make the same amount of money renting out the land and all that type of stuff. Okay. But basically, he's going to go into, if I wanted to amp that business up, okay, if I wanted to buy more land to flip it, that's what I'm actually getting ready to do. Okay. All I have to do is set up this C Corp, get my articles of incorporation, and specifically a C Corp, not a LLC, because the LLC is a liability, but it's limited liability. So you'll only get maybe 200,000-300,000 the most from the bank, right? Which is typical. That is true. But you say with a C corporation and you bonded, man, they'll give you 100 million, 200 million, whatever it takes. Okay. So I'm on that level now. I have it fully mastered how to buy land with equity already built in, how to get in there, cut them trees down, cut the bush down, cut the grass, make some beautiful landscape, throw some gravel down in there, and give people a vision. Now people have a vision. Wow, man, that was number of trees and bush over there. Now look at it. Honey, let's buy that and build a house on it. You know, let's go see how much he want for that land. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? This land here, man, you know, I'll take, market price, I'll take about 30. And I be done paid number $10,000. Okay? And I could do that every week, every month, like clockwork. Now imagine I borrow $100 million and I go buy $100 million worth of land and do that. I would literally turn $100 million into like $300 million in probably about a year time. Okay. So I'm like, wow, I literally could do that. If somebody literally gave me $100 million, I literally could do that. I could triple that money within a year. I just need $100 million. Man, as soon as I said that, I tell you, man, the universe, as soon as something clicks in your brain, it'll manifest. A door will open. If you knock, a door will open. That's how my students found me. That's how you guys found my YouTube channel. Y'all watching on YouTube, you had this idea to buy land and then boom, I popped up. I'm telling you, it's true. This video popped up and I've been seeing this guy, Derek, and stuff like that. And he's actually from one of my hometowns where I used to live in Miramar, Florida. So he's basically, and I'm gonna let the video play for a little while. He's basically gonna tell you guys, if you have a business already, a legit business that you know without a shadow of a doubt, if you just had the working capital, you could explode. This is how you explode in that business. And what I like that he says is all it takes is paperwork. Because I tell my students, literally, this is all it takes is paperwork to do what I do. Y'all don't even, I be cutting down trees sometimes and stuff, but y'all rarely see me do those videos. I might do a video of me cutting down trees and cutting grass once a year. Once a year. Okay? Mostly what y'all see me do is finding land, buying them, renting them out, showing y'all what I'm making on Airbnb, showing y'all the cabins and whatever I'm putting on the land, showing y'all stuff like that. And that's all I do. I know it's boring, but it's the truth. That is what I do. Okay. Paperwork. Now I'm gonna ask my students, what's the 5 paperworks that we need? Let me see if anybody remember.
Promissory note.
1.
Of course, the deed.
Okay.
The offer letter.
Yep.
I forgot the other 2.
One of the other 2s is super easy. Starts with a T.
Trust.
Yeah. And an offer letter.
Trust.
Yes, trust. And an offer letter. Okay. An offer letter. Or if it's a situation where we bind it from the tax deed, which is what we do, then that's just called a bid. Instead of offer letter, it would be called a bid. Okay. Instead of offer letter. But that's all we need is those 5 pieces of paperwork. Now he's going to introduce on a financial side the other pieces of paperwork you need: your articles of incorporation, your stock certificates, your bond, your insurance. This now, if you're in real estate and you get that, all you need is those 5 pieces of paper. And let me explain them real quick. An offer letter or a bid, that's where you tell whoever you buying from how much you want to spend. Okay? That's when you tell them that. Okay? Number 2, if they accept it, okay, you're going to get a purchase contract. A purchase contract simply means buyer agrees to buy a piece of paper, literally a piece of paper that says buyer agrees to buy, seller agrees to sell. All right? Once you get that purchase contract, okay, if they finance you, owner finance you, or you borrow the money from somebody else, your uncle, auntie, best friend, to buy the land, you will give them a promissory note. A promissory note. A promissory note, just like a mortgage, but in a private, we call it a promissory note. Okay? We don't put our names on our properties. We don't do that over here. Okay, we don't do that over here. We put all our properties in a trust. Okay, we put all our properties in a trust. So if we die tomorrow, our beneficiaries don't have to do nothing. It's business as usual. They don't have to go through probate, nothing, pay no heirs taxes, none of that foolishness. All right, that's a whole nother story, but that's what it is. And then we need the deed. Obviously, we pay the property off, we get the deed. 5 pieces of paperwork. This is all we need. Now, we're going to finance a property for you just so. This is crazy. I never heard of this. Why would people just do that? That must be the hard part. That's the easiest part. You cannot physically look at the dirt. Can you physically take up your land where you live, whether you rent it or own it, and pick it up and walk away with it? No. The only way you could steal land is by killing the people and running them off the land, or paperwork. That's the only way you could steal land. You cannot physically steal land, like pick it up and walk away with it. Like you could pick up a cell phone and walk away with it. Like you could break in a car and drive away with it. Okay? Land is not movable like that. So once you explain to people, hey, I can't possibly physically steal this land, and we're going to go to a title company and do the paperwork legit. Hey, if I don't pay you, just default. Just default on me and keep your land. I don't even need the deed. We could do a contract for deed where I get the deed when I finish paying it off. And you're still the owner as long as you got that purchase contract that says buyer agrees to buy, seller agrees to sell, and you got the promissory note. You are the owner. Okay?
Wait, can you repeat that again? You said if
I'm recording it. I'm recording it. Don't worry, I got you. Okay. I'm just trying to move along. If you have a question that's like something new or whatever, other than that, if it's something I just said that you just want me to repeat it, I'm gonna keep it moving because you guys could rewatch the video. But hold on now. You want me to explain what I said or you want me to repeat what I said, Colette?
Just that, to repeat that statement you said.
Okay, you could watch a replay. But if you want me to explain what I said, I'll do that now. Okay? All right. So if you guys need me to stop to explain what I said, just stop me and I'll explain what I said. But if it's just to repeat what I said, just watch the replay. Okay? All right. Because we're going to be here for about another hour or two, so I want to keep it fast. All right. So once you guys realize land is the only thing that you cannot physically pick up and walk away with it, you would see how easy it is to convince people and show people it's worth them owner financing to you. Because if you're selling this land for anything over $9,000, it's going to alert the IRS. $10,000 just hit your bank account. $10,000 or more just hit your bank over here. If you only receiving $500 in your bank account and $200 every month, they're not paying attention to that. That's residual income on top of it. Okay? Huh?
You're in and out. Just so you know, you're in and out. Your voice is in and out.
Okay.
We're getting pieces of what you're saying.
Okay. Can you hear me now? That's better or no? Okay. Hello? Oh my goodness. Here we go. Can you hear me now? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Any better?
Yeah, so far.
So far? Okay. What I was saying was, once you learn how to convince somebody that selling the property or the land to you, owner financing, is better because oh boy.
All the way out, Dragon.
Oh man. Yeah, I can see it actually that I'm fading out. Oh my God.
As soon as you start into it again, it just totally went out.
Yeah, and I'm on Wi-Fi. That's what I don't understand what's been going on lately with this stuff.
You know, they said they missed the satellites, like 4 or 5 satellites that dropped out because of the sun. So maybe that has something to do with it.
I believe it. I believe it because y'all know I've been having class for years now, and no matter where I'm at, this house or the other house, it's just doing this weird stuff. Is that better now?
I mean, you always start off good, and then it kind of trickles out. But yeah, you're good right now.
Right now?
I guess
Okay.
everybody's the same. Yeah.
All right, let me try this. All right, so basically, what I was saying was that's the easy.
Can y'all hear him?
The rest of y'all hear me?
Yeah.
It's breaking up.
You can see that.
It's breaking up again. It's breaking up again.
Yeah, as soon as you said basically, you went out.
All right, let me try another area over here. All right, let's try this. All right, so once you able to explain to people that owner financing land, not the house. If it happen to have a house and they owner finance it to you, great. Okay, but specifically land. It's way better for them to owner finance you the land than to take cash from you. Okay, again, once they receiving over $10,000, it's over $9,000. It's an alert to the IRS. Okay. Anyhow, what you guys have to master, okay, is paperwork. Okay. If you're specifically in real estate, if you master these 5 pieces of paperwork, I'm telling you, you're gonna make a lot of money. All right. Once you ready for this next level that he's gonna be talking about here, you're going to be in the millions, hundreds of millions, tens of millions. This is how they make money. I've never seen anybody graduate school, high school, college, and become a millionaire, but I've seen a lot of people start businesses and become millionaires and billionaires. Okay. And a lot of them dropped out of school because they realized, Mark Zuckerberg, even Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, only had an 8th grade education. Once you realize money is made through business, not through having an education, okay, what you do in business is you delegate to the people with the education, okay? If you know how to delegate, you in there. If you know paperwork and how to delegate, you are in there. That's why you'll see, dang, this person's so dumb. How come they're a millionaire? How come they're a billionaire? Because they know paperwork and how to delegate. Okay? Y'all in class, y'all heard everything I said just now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to play the video.
Tweak, $100 million raise. Wow. I thought real stuff. This is real. So that's what a fund, but nobody knows about a fund. So online, they don't teach this. They don't know nothing about this. So now to get the credit done, that's done. Now you're going to put some, get some trade lines put on it, whatever. Now you get your corporation. Once you get your corporation, you put those two together, you get your $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 credit cards, leverage, loans. After you do that.
And he's saying, though, you start off with $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Okay? They'll give you that. Okay? But again, this is not with you doing your paperwork and going to the bank and straight asking for it. Some might give it to you, some might not, depending on maybe your personal credit, right? But again, if you do the paperwork, get your corporation, tell your family members, your friends, go on YouTube, tell your YouTube subscribers you started this business, and people already see what you do. And if you send me $100, I send you this bond certificate. This stock certificate. Okay, that way when I blow up, that $100 could be $1 million in 10 years, 20 years. Okay. So what he's saying is, once you've raised so much money and you actually doing the business, and the bank see, wow, you raised $10,000. Wow, you took that $10,000, went and bought a piece of land, then sold for $10,000, then sold it for $15,000 or $30,000, and you paid your investors that gave you $100, you paid them $130, or if they gave you $1,000, you gave them back $1,300. The banks see all of this. They're like, okay, we'll give you $100,000. Now you just got to go do it 10 times. And you come back and you did it 10 times and you took that $100,000 and made $300,000. Dang, you made $300,000 with the $100,000 we gave you. Oh, here go $1 million. Here go $1 million. And he said if you could flip that money, the faster you flip that money is the faster you'll get the money. In other words, if you could take that $1,000 and flip it to 10,000, a bank could give you 100,000. If you could take that 10,000 and flip it to 300,000, or take that 10,000, flip it to 30,000, they'll give you 300,000 to go flip. Is what he's saying. But it starts with the articles of incorporation paperwork, the stock certificates, and you actually having a great business idea. So if you have a great business idea and you have, $400 or $500 to start your corporation, and you know exactly what you're going to do with that money when your investors give you that money, this is how you start. This is how you do it. Okay?
That's all they know. They don't even know this much. But that's all they know. They don't know the next level. Crowdfunding. Build a fund.
Crowdfunding.
Fund, bro. Because you got this document in here. You get your court. Inside this corporation is what they call, right here, this is what they call, this is a good standing letter. Yeah. This is the first attack. It's just like, this is your make you 100 air. You want to be 100 air? You're dealing with this. You're in good standing. They see that your company is good standing. They base you at hundreds and thousands, 1, 2, 300,000 based on this. But when you want to go in and get 500,000 million, you're going to deal with this. This is where you're going to go in and make your company valuable. That's when here, these are articles. This says in the articles, it says that we have this in the articles. It says this is who we are, what we do, and we'll abide by all the laws that are applicable. Right. But guess what? There's also something here called shares. When you buy it first, the corp is zero par value. It has no value. Look in there, see how many shares you have. And with that, you got 10,000 shares. This is a license almost to print money. Wow. But nobody sees that.
No, they don't.
So nobody teaches them. So they go in, they say, oh, I got 10,000 shares. Your shares are zero par value. You got to make them valuable. Because Bezos is worth $100 billion. He ain't worth that. His company is worth that, the value. Oprah, she got $6 billion. She don't have $6 billion on her mattress. It won't fit.
Can I share something that keeps me up at night? Every time I see a woman sign those divorce papers,
She don't have $6 billion on her mattress. It won't fit. Right? It's what her company owned in Harpo. That's what her company is worth. The shares are worth. So let's substitute shares for the word assets. Right? So if you took that beautiful diamond necklace and that all that you got and put them inside your court, that would give your court more value. Right. So we use the.
Okay. So he just showed y'all one set of paperwork could make you 1,000 heirs, 10,000, 100,000. Okay. Another piece of paperwork, once you're selling those stocks, you're printing money. Now, this is how they print money. When you guys send your money to Robinhood or whatever app you use to buy stocks, cryptocurrency, that's stuff that is imaginary, made up. If the stock go down and you panic and you just gave them $500 and it go down to $250, that's all you get is $250. Where did the other $250 go? It didn't just disappear, believe me. It went in the pockets of the ones that stay owning the stocks. What they did was drop the stocks, a lot of times on purpose, okay, I believe, and to shake the tree. And now all the people that bail out, they said, look at them bailing out. It done dropped to $250. They paid $500. Let's give them the $250. Let's give it to them. Let's do it for a whole year. Let's let it drop to $20. They done put $500. It dropped to $20. They bailing out. Let's give them the $20. Let's get them $100. It done dropped to $100. Then all of a sudden, a year, 2 years later, you see the stock going through the roof. And you're like, oh my God, I should have kept my stocks. I should have kept my crypto. Okay? This is what happens. They're printing money in the stock market. The stock market is for printing money. Okay? Now, I don't believe in doing people like that. That's why I believe in land. Okay? Like if you invest with me, you're investing in land, not even a house. You're investing in the land. Because once you invest in the land, what we do, we leverage the land to go buy that, to go put a house on it. We leverage the land to go put a house on it. So we ain't worried. Okay? Why? Like I tell people that invest with me, if you say, man, I don't want to do this no more. Okay, take your portion of the land and do what you want to do. You have land. I want to sell my land because the price went from $80,000. Now the same thing happened. Now that happened in 2008, where the price of properties dropped. It went from 80,000 to 30,000. Okay, no problem. One of us will buy you out for the 30,000, and we'll sit around and wait 3-4 years for it to go back to 80,000 and even past that. Okay, but the idea is, when we buy you out, we're buying out land. We're not buying out anything imaginary, like physical land that we need literally for everything. So that's why I believe in land, because it's a physical asset that I actually need. I can't live without it. Okay. I mean, people live on the water, and they fish, they have schools, they have whole societies on the water. That movie Waterworld is real, been real. People do live on the water, but for the most part, we need the land. Okay. Even those people have to go on the land at some point. All right. So once you realize literally that money can be printed, okay, and they do print money, this is how they raise money, okay, is they just make the stocks go up, make it go down, make it go up, make it go down. All right. Because you got to think about it. If you got $1 trillion like BlackRock, you could literally just move that $1 trillion and collapse the whole S&P or whatever. Okay. And people will panic and start taking out their money. Then once they finish panicking and everybody took out their money and it stabilized, they go back and buy up even more. Once you realize all they doing is playing games with you and printing money and have you going in circles, you learn how to play their game. Okay? And this is how you play their game. This is how you play their game. Okay? Now, one thing he did not say in this video that I wish he would have said, and I don't blame him for not saying it, is when you have a C corporation, you get double tax. But it won't matter, because if you're making $100 million a year and you got to pay 40 million, 50 million, 60 million in taxes, who cares? You just profited 40 million. Okay? But you wouldn't have did that unless you was a C corporation, because the C corporations is who they lend the $100 million to, the $200 million to, the $1 billion to. They lend those to the C corporations. Okay, the corporate corporations. Okay.
Make money, the 200,000 in credit cards and whatnot, buy real things like that, or like property. That's why they call it real estate, because it's real. That's why they call it real property. Under the Constitution, your real property, and they say it says your real property is protected. You can defend that. Right? So you can't defend paper money. So they call it real property. Protected.
Oh God. Hold on, y'all.
Real property with the fake money, buy real property, put it in here, make sure shares have value. Now that you have value in your shares, now you can go in and give those shares to like investors who want to say, I like your company. Because rich folks, a lot of them are lazy. They don't want to work. Non-performance income. They want to just come in and say, I got $1 billion. Take this money, invest it. That's what the dude on Shark Tank does. His name is Kevin O'Leary. He has 10.1 billion under management. He's managing somebody else's money. That's the game. That is the game. We ain't taught that game.
Okay. Y'all see that show Shark Tank? That show is literally there to steal people's business ideas, not steal them, but invest in people's business ideas, because the super rich have a problem. They have a big problem. They have money that they need to invest. They need to park. And they always looking for the next Google, the next Amazon, the next Nike, the next Facebook. whatever it is. They're always looking for the next one. So they set up this show called Shark Tank. And those people up there, they're money managers. Can y'all hear me? Those people up.
Get it out for a hot second.
Okay. Those people up there, they are money managers. All right? They are money managers. That's all they are. You know? But imagine you're managing $100 billion. You getting at least 100 million off of that. Okay? You're getting at least $100 million off of that. All right? He's trying to explain this is how they do it. Okay? All you have to do is 3 things. Be an asset finder. That's what all them people on Shark Tank do. They are asset finders, business finders, property finders, land finders. Learn these paperworks. I guarantee you be a millionaire. I guarantee you be a millionaire. That's how they did in the record industry. Okay? What they call the guy named Jimmy Iovine? He recognized these guys. He don't know nothing about rap music. He recognized these guys making a lot of money selling records and doing little concerts in the black community. Hey man, you know, I know some guys with some money. If you sign this paperwork with me, I'll hook you up with them and you could blow up. Same thing, I think they had the same guy play in the movie James Brown with James Brown, right? And the guy went to James Brown, hey man, I know some people with some money. If you sign this paperwork and make me your manager, I'll hook you up with them. 10%, 20%, 30%. That's all I ask for. Okay? You got to recognize talent, recognize an asset when it's in front of you, recognize a great business when it's in front of you, recognize when you got a great piece of land when it's in front of you. That's all you got to do. And no paperwork. And then get connected with the money through the paperwork. Because the people with the money going to see you got this paperwork with this talent on the contract, this property on the contract, and people with money respect that. That's one thing I learned. People with real money respect that you understand paperwork. They respect it a lot. They call you a player in the game. You move from being a pawn, a 9-to-5 worker bee, slave, sheeple, okay, on up in a chess game board, okay? And once they see you know just as much as they do, you just need the money, they gladly give you the money. All right? They gladly give you the money to borrow. All right? Now, there's other things going on where you got to make sacrifices and do all kind of weird stuff to get money too, but I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about you doing legit business tonight. All right? Just like, what's his name? Puff Daddy. He didn't have no money, just a college kid, but he recognized talent when he saw it, and he signed all of them. Faith Evans, Biggie Smalls, Mary J. Blige, all these people in his area, in his neighborhood. He signed them because what he understood was paperwork. He started Bad Boys Records, incorporated it, and started to go around and tell people, hey man, listen to this guy, man. We selling out college dorms. College campuses. We selling out college stadiums. You know, listen to my artists over here. Look what we doing. Now these record companies say, hey man, you got any paperwork on them? Yeah, I got them all signed. Here go the contracts right here. Cool. All right, tell you what, we'll give you $100,000, go make a record, see what it do. If it does great, you triple the money, we'll give you $1 million. Boom, done. Do it, keep doing it. And that's how Puff Daddy, y'all call him P. Diddy now, made his money. Paperwork. Okay. Now he did some other weird stuff, but overall, paperwork. Don King. Don King went to prison on a murder charge. All right. Don King went to prison on a murder charge at like 5-6 years. He read some book talking about paperwork. Don King recognized Muhammad Ali, that he wasn't getting paid as much as he should get. Okay. Don King knew how to go to Africa and get the African king to put on a fight, promote a fight. All right. Hey, man, this Muhammad Ali, man, look what he do. If you put up the money to put up this fight, I get him to come over here and we call it Rumble in the Jungle. Okay. Don King got with Muhammad Ali, say, hey, man, you know, bump that 10,000, 20,000 foolishness you get, man. I get you 100,000 a fight, 200,000 a fight, $1 million a fight. Muhammad Ali signed with Don King. Now he got the money and the talent, and he's got the contract in the middle. Boom. The king paid for it, put on the show. Don King took his 10%, 50%, whatever it was. Boom, took off from there. Paperwork. That's all these people move is paperwork. That's why I keep telling you, my students, y'all see I just posted in the chat group promissory note template. That's the paperwork for the promissory note. Paperwork. This is the next level. For those of y'all really paying attention, those of y'all really learning how I find land, those of y'all seeing how I get the land financed, those of y'all seeing how I put the lands on Airbnb and have it income producing. Okay, those of y'all seeing all these things, you already have the system of the asset finding, the money management. Now all you need is capital to scale. Okay? And this is how it's done. The video is already in class. For those of you who didn't watch it, it should be in the chat groups. So just go back, scroll back, and watch this video. Okay? Those of you on YouTube, it's go to this guy's channel, Brand Make Evo Banks Fear This Man, how Derek Whitehead cracked the credit code. Okay, for those of you on YouTube, that's the video right there you need to watch. That brother's the truth. That brother is the truth. Okay. So okay, I thought somebody else was trying to. So what I'm gonna do now is open for questions. We went through that pretty fast. Colette, you know which part you wanted me to repeat? I could repeat that. Or anybody else have any questions or comments?
Now I have to go back and listen to it. If I have questions after that.
Yeah, just hit me up if you have questions after, or bring it up in next class, so everybody could kind of. Let me see. Anybody else? Any questions? Any comments? All right. But you guys go finish watching that video. It's like 2 hours long. And I'm telling you, that's the next level to this. But it's not for you to go do paperwork and start collecting money from people. No, you got to have a real business idea. Those of you already making money, you already got an idea. This is how you scale it. This is how you go to the next level. Those of you already making money with that idea, with that business. This is how you scale it. This is how you make money. All right. Any questions? So you guys telling me you understood everything I just said?
I know I have to hear it a couple of times, so the playback is gonna help me.
Okay, all right. I recorded tonight's class. What's the 5 paperworks we need?
Offer letter, purchase contract, promissory note, trust and deed.
Yes. Yeah, everybody wrote that down? Everybody wrote that down? I know Miss Annie know it.
I do.
Annie stand for A student.
Go ahead, Annie. Thank you. There's no name in there's no A in Colette, so I don't know how I'm gonna do, but
Oh Lord, Colette, you scarred. It starts with a C. I'm messing with y'all, but anyhow, Colette is definitely a student. Colette got like 5 properties already, and now she's buying land and financing people. Shout out to Colette.
Ooh, shout out to Colette.
So Colette will finance y'all. But anyhow, that's it, guys. That's it. Until next Tuesday. Those of you that got paperwork that I done sent y'all, you need to notarize. Make sure y'all get all your paperwork notarized. The sooner the better. Print your stuff out. Those of you need your personal trust done, give me a holler, and stuff like that. But this is how we do over here. Okay. So go ahead.
I think you posted. I have to go back through the chat, but I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. You posted another property. What Telegram did you put that in? It was the regular one, like the.
I posted another property. No, I didn't post another property.
Maybe that was on YouTube. I saw what you saw, Colette. There was something out there. That's on YouTube, maybe. Right on.
Oh, on YouTube. Oh no, that's something that no, that's something that's not for y'all. That's something that I am working on it for somebody, but not for partnering.
Oh, okay.
Not for partnering. Like this person that they want it for them. Yeah. Look at Colette. Look at Colette. She own it. Colette smell money. Colette recognize the asset. That's how guys gotta do. I'm telling you, she got it. She recognized assets. She recognized assets. And from day one, she was like that. She was like, oh no, that's too much. Oh, that's too much. I remember Colette. She recognized assets.
I still feel that way.
She recognized how to, when the price is right, and when to move on something. And she mastered the due diligence questions, all that type of stuff. Hold on, let me answer some questions on YouTube. What's up, Chapila, Tommy, Matthews, Javen, Janice, Mitchell. Yeah, just hit me up, 754-229-0940. We'll get you in class. I'm trying to buy acres in Brandon, Florida. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff in Brandon, Florida. More expensive around Tampa and Orlando, but around Brandon, Florida, you got some stuff still cheap down there, about 30,000-40,000 an acre. You could buy a quarter acre for about 10,000. No, about 20,000. You could buy a tenth of an acre for like 10,000. That's how they chopping it up down there. Build the Bob. What's up, Build the Bob? I be killing it. What's up? I be killing it. I ain't hear from you for a long time. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I love y'all, man. I really do. I love y'all. I couldn't do this without y'all, man. I love y'all.
Likewise, Dragon. Likewise. Yes, we love you too.
Okay, y'all. I see y'all in class Tuesday. Say it with me, Tuesday. Yay.
Have a good one.
All right, y'all. Love
All right,
you.
good night. All right. Love you.
All right, those of you on YouTube, if you want to get at me, man, 754-229-0940. Get at me. All right. Y'all come to class, $25 each class, lifetime membership, $444. If you like Dragon, I don't have time. I do it for you. You don't even have to come to class. I'll do it for you. $999. I do it all for you, man. $999. And it's different packages. If you want to meet up with me personally, I do that too. $2,500. If I come to you, $3,500 plus expensive. So I got a package for everybody. Okay? I guarantee you, man, this is stuff that I do. I breathe, eat, sleep, poop, land, asset finding, investing in land, living off the land, how to live off the land, how to live off grid, all that type of stuff. I'm really about to amp it up. If I get a really great camera man or woman, I'm really about to amp it up. And my buddy's showing me how to just find people on Fiverr and pay people like $20 an hour to, follow me around with the camera and edit and everything like that. So I think I'm gonna do that, when I go out and I could find people in my area. I think I'm gonna start doing that, making some, because I do stuff, but I don't have the camera on all the time, my phone on all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I want to start doing more videos for you guys when I'm fixing my solar panel, when I'm doing, different type of stuff, physical stuff, how to fix up your land. I want to do more videos like that too. Most of the time, y'all see me just doing videos, running around, finding the land at the tax deeds, stuff like that. Y'all see me doing stuff like that, but I really want to amp up more things that you guys could do, how to clear your land. But I have videos on that stuff. I have videos on how to clear your land, how to cut down trees, what type of chainsaws to do. But there's a million people doing that on YouTube. I really try to get to the nitty gritty and show you guys what you need. I got students, man. One student got 5 properties. All my other students got properties. Now I got the students loaning money to people that want to buy land. Like, I'm telling you, we do this. We do this over here. 754-229-0940. Love you guys. Peace.